less than 10 years.
Something like that.
I like Batman, too.
A lot of things are going into the public domain soon.
That'll be very interesting when anyone can make a Batman movie. I'm so tired. I'm tired, too. It's been a long week.
It was a long day.
Yeah. All right.
You or me?
I'll go. You did it yesterday, right?
Okay.
Welcome back to the 716th Legion. I'm here with Jack.
Hi.
I'm Christian, and today we're going to be watching episode 2 of Halo Season 2 on Paramount Plus. That's the original, streamer for this. Go watch it on that. We're not a market substitute.
We are not a market substitute.
We watched the first episode yesterday. What'd you think, Jack?
The beginning was amazing. The whole fight scene with Chief.
Yeah,
and
very
all
strong
that.
start, and with the planet getting glassed and the whole fight scene.
Then we got to Soren, and
It's the best character. What do you mean?
got betrayed by the ginger boy.
That was our favorite part, wasn't it? I don't.
I mean, we did have high hopes that maybe Soren's Soren's character is cool, but like him away from Rubble, I think would be a much better storyline.
Well, they're taking him away from Rubble. He's arrested.
Yeah.
So there you go.
The Oni people got him.
The Oni guys. Which is interesting. So they're doing some Oni stuff. At least some of the plot resembled like things that like were in that are like in the background before like the main game starts.
Yes.
If you look into the lore, like what the Spartans were doing before like the Covenant invasion started to get really bad. Which they're like even Chief's like I think they're practicing or something.
They're practicing.
On the communications tower.
Taking over the planet. There was like 50 of them, and then they disappeared.
Then they did a weird thing at the end, was that in his mind, or like, which it probably wasn't.
So like going back and rewatching the episode,
yeah,
and we commented on it yesterday. The sergeant that he saved, the corporal that he saves,
yeah,
she saw them, so it was not.
That is true.
It was
actually,
not
yeah.
in his mind.
Well, maybe she also
had-
imagined it as well. They're connected. She's another reclaimer, like the one girl that I already forgot her name.
I had
From
no
last
idea what
season,
her
you know
name
who I'm
is.
talking about. But even the rest of the Chief story, because there was basically 2 storylines that the episode got like split up into, and I don't know. I don't mind the other Spartans, like actually at all. And the other ones seem to have taken out their chips, or was it chips? Is that what it is? Or pellet?
Pellet.
Yeah, the pellets out of their back or whatever that kind of suppress their emotions, which is interesting because they're still like don't or overly express their emotions, which is very much like the original Spartans.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't know, like I don't remember if that's a whole thing or not in the lore. I don't think it is.
No.
But,
It was just that they were like conditioned.
yeah, they were
from
just
birth,
conditioned to like not feel pain and be enhanced and stuff like that. I didn't think
and they were
needed, like,
experimented on.
yeah, I just thought it was like all of the like that brutality that kind of made them the way they were. They almost didn't like need to be like
No.
suppressed. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I actually liked kind of what was going on, at least in like the UNSC aspect part of the story with the new guy.
Yeah.
Who was like a good guy to hate, basically.
Yes, exactly.
I like the rest of the Spartan team. They showed us a different Spartan team that's going off to probably get
Cobalt
massacred.
Team.
Suicide Squad. Cobalt team.
I started playing Suicide Squad today. It's pretty good.
Is it all right?
The gameplay is pretty good so far. I haven't gotten too deep into the story,
Okay.
but yes, Cobalt Squad is going off to do some reconnaissance or something off on a different planet.
And then we got the Soren story, and that was pretty meandering. It was probably the best word for it. And then we got Quan right at the end. I think they were going back and forth throughout the episode, and I didn't realize.
I don't think
in
they
little
were.
moments. I think there were like little times that like I don't know. I could be completely incorrect on that, but like that cave looked familiar. I didn't see it. There's no caves like that on the rubble.
Are you hallucinating the cave?
Yeah, it's true. I wonder how long it's going to take for like this show to get to like the start of like the game story. He's like,
Probably at the end of
it's like
this
the end of
season.
this season. They find the Halo at the end of this season. You just got to see it for like a second last season. Then
Yeah.
this season we're gonna find it. In the third season you're on it.
the third season we're actually gonna. I want to see like the flood. Like I would love to see the.
That's
flood.
gonna be like that's it. Season 18 at this point. Like we're going like at a snail's pace here.
Every
like,
mission is one season.
I thought season 2 was gonna be like with the way they set it off. Would be like, oh, we're gonna be like on the ring.
Yeah.
It's like no, we're like still like we're basically at like where they should have started last season.
Yes.
Basically, like everything we saw last season was like unnecessary, and you could have worked it into like a point with this, in like the Halsey storyline, but. I don't know. You could have even like worked the Halsey storyline into the Fall of Reach, like if you wanted to, like in a certain way. I think. I don't know. Anyway,
are you ready?
You ready to get started?
I'm ready.
Is that Halsey?
It is Halsey. Because Halsey's ridiculously young in this season, in the series.
Yeah.
2 matcha tea cookies, 2 macadamia nut, 2 shortbreads,
and a blue nectarine tea. It's my favorite.
So I'm gonna guess this is inside her head.
Yeah, this is like a simulation or something.
I also have this. I think it's some kind of game.
Chess.
Where you
Oh
teach
no.
them.
Yes.
I don't know what this is.
I forget the name of it.
I want you to tell me what happens when you leave here.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say. There's another room, a big one. What does this one do?
That allows the players to bet on the outcome. And then what happens?
We roll to see who goes first.
No.
There are many doors.
What's behind the doors?
I'm not supposed to look.
She's
It's like one of those clone things. Isn't it? It's just-
maybe.
Tell me his name.
Oh,
'Cause don't you have to like have a real living body that you like then download? Isn't that what Cortana was?
yeah. It was like a clone of Halsey, and then
And
her
then-
brain
then
was
it- yeah.
downloaded into a AI.
Yeah, basically. Oh, maybe they just have. No, she got away, didn't she?
I thought she did.
I don't remember. That's why I needed the recap.
How much longer are you gonna keep this up? They said I'm good to go.
Oh, we both know that's not true. I'm a Spartan, Kai. We're at war.
You can't put your pellet back in. It will help with the pain.
They'll have to put a bullet in me first.
How long are you planning on staring at that thing?
Ackerson thinks there's something wrong with me.
Well, you take off your helmet a lot.
Do you
Do I what?
think there's something wrong?
Well, didn't Halsey like activate 2 of them basically at one point?
Yeah, they activated the other two.
Yeah, who had their pellets and still.
Yeah, Riz and I forget his name. And like they
Yeah,
were
you know,
helping her
yeah.
leave.
Mhm.
And then she got on a pelican. I thought she got away, but maybe I'm wrong.
They flew her back.
What are you doing? Why did you change that? They haven't come back yet. You know that, right?
Where's Kobold?
Look, I'm just doing my job.
Oh, Cobalt's already dead.
What happened to Cobalt?
They told me to change the board, so I changed the board.
Put that back.
Cobalt died.
So I love this is like the only even Halo music in the show that's even slightly reminiscent of the games.
Yes.
Is just in the theme.
Yep. It's gone.
Every restaurant in the future looks like shit.
This is the slums.
Okay. More new people. Yeah.
They were scanning their AirPods.
The fascist guy died last season, right?
Yes.
Okay. Did Clown kill him? Who killed that guy?
I think Soren did.
Okay. But Madrigal's like gone now, right?
Yeah,
I
they
think
said
I
that
think
Madrigal got
I think we
glassed.
heard that. I'm like, thank God. Like, oh, praise be. I'm like, praise.
Guilty Spark's gone.
Guilty.
the well's
He
gone.
came out of a portal anyway. He just went back to the fucking portal probably. 'Cause that is a thing. There's just like fucking underground, like half these ruins are just big ass portals that the Covenant activate. That's why they went to Earth one time. They're like, oh shit, this is Earth. They're like,
We didn't know that.
that literally happened in the game. They're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, this is Earth. We thought this was just a random world with a fucking portal on it. We didn't know it was the home planet.
That doesn't belong to you, but you belong to me.
Oh,
Your tag says otherwise.
just rip off your ear. That.
Oh, good. Now we have 3 storylines.
I mean, maybe Soren's done.
We just don't. They just get rid of
never
Soren.
see Soren
Soren's
again.
gone. Yeah, Soren's. Imagine doing the entire first episode. Oh, please, gone. This is why we dedicated the first episode to him.
They said we know you guys really wanted more Quan, so. She removed her AirPod.
Take that sign.
Just rip it off, basically.
Yeah, it was like in her ear. She just yank.
So all the indentures literally just get like tagged on their ear. Okay.
Animals.
What?
By Maroon 5?
This is the droid factory.
It's like Wally.
Yeah, this is like what Minecraft blocks are going by. You step in the forehead with a glass shard or something?
It was the tag.
Oh, shit.
Stop.
Hammer time.
I said stop.
Oh, it's what's his name from Daredevil? Or Luke Cage.
There's other things to be, other ways to live. You ever think about that?
Think about what?
Life without all this Spartan shit.
You mean a life that doesn't matter? Lewis, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I didn't mean...
I know how you assholes think. I was you once.
You were great. You were the best.
Nah, don't blow smoke up my ass. But it's true.
Yeah, he was Tobias and... Oh, no, he was in Black Lightning. That's where I know him from.
What happened to Cobalt? Are they still alive?
Well, as far as I know, Spartans never die.
This guy's fucking...
But make no mistake here, John. The ONI is running the show. And I am the ONI.
I am the Senate.
The corporal did not confirm your story.
What does that mean?
It means she has absolutely no recollection of what you say you encountered on Sentry.
Yeah, I'm with Chief on that one.
Given your recent behavior, would you trust you?
Can't win this war without us, sir.
At the end of the day, he's just a guy in a suit.
He said you're replaceable. Aren't the Spartans in the games like 8 feet tall?
Like 7.
7?
It's bigger than a human.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, yeah, it's larger than a normal human can be. And they also weigh, like, a crap ton. And again, the suits weigh even more than that.
Yeah.
So, the suits weigh, like, a couple tons or something, if I remember correctly. Like...
We're doing the best we can here. You should go upstairs and get some rest.
Soren never would have left any of you behind.
Lara, we all want to find Soren.
You know this isn't the only ship on the rubble.
This is Soren's ship!
He's running around Iceland.
Did something happen to her?
I think this is Iceland, actually. I think this is, yeah. I don't know if we've been to this one. I recognize this waterfall. I'm not sure if this is one we might have.
Too slow.
What is going on?
Yeah, I'm like, I feel like something happened in between these episodes.
We're going again. Riz, you're up.
Copy. Well, I can go, Chief.
I said Riz. You good?
Yes, Master Chief.
And weren't there just like failed Spartans as well? Or like, you only have so much
There were.
your body can take type shit? I don't know.
I thought she was.
Her arm was definitely like really hurt because she was talking to the one guy who was like an armorer or something about it.
Come on. I got her. Come on. Come on.
What a jump.
Oh, that's her bat arm. Yeah. Oh.
Ooh.
You shouldn't be coughing. That suit should be waterproof.
Gotta stop pushing her. We've been out here all night training. Why?
Because they're training. Our enemy is out there. They're getting close. I can prove it.
How are you gonna do that?
I'm gonna find Cobalt.
We have Rogue Chief.
Again.
Oh, we're back with Halsey.
Oh, we have 4 storylines, actually. That's right.
Who's the man who sent you here?
She's definitely been captured.
Yes.
Someone must be giving them to you.
Each time it's a different one that's living a little bit longer.
You think so?
Yeah. Because they finished the game this time. So, like...
Did I do something wrong?
I assume they're trying to make another AI, maybe?
Maybe she's a clone of Halsey.
The man, his name.
Riz, relax.
I shouldn't be here.
It's the only guy that can help you.
How would you know that?
Because he's the one who saved me. Look, when we came out of augmentation, I felt completely new. After a couple of days, there was this darkness at the edge of my vision.
Could have told me.
No, I couldn't. Because then you'd know I wasn't one of you.
Is he actually blind?
I'm not sure. I guess he is,
Yeah.
I didn't pick up on that.
I didn't either.
Who's this? She's a friend. Hello, friend.
So, like, some of the Spartans that made it through testing...
Their bodies rejected in one way or the other or had failed. I think I knew that is a thing that actually happened. Every aspect of that process was horrific, so you might as well make the ending one also dark as well. That fits very well in Halo.
Why didn't you tell Ackerson what you saw?
I'm sorry, this isn't your time.
No.
Can you say?
He was just about to leave.
You are very large.
Yes, man.
Venga tu reino.
He's with the whole family.
Perdona nuestras ofensas, como también nosotros perdonamos a los que nos ofenden. No nos dejes caer.
She's relaying a message in Morse code?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I think she might have been.
Kill death ratio? Come on, man. You don't play Spartan Attack?
I don't keep score.
Is there a video game in the Halo universe called Spartan Attack?
I think so.
Comms went down around the relay. I heard something.
What did you hear?
It's just like when he's like, Zane Healy. He's just like...
That was funny.
How do you explain why that thing didn't kill me? Because you should have killed me.
You heard a message. This will happen again.
And Chief recorded the message.
It was like one of those like Chief AI bots, like Chief telling you how to like brush your teeth, or like it's like you know what I'm talking about. Chief inspiring morning wake up or something.
There was a pomegranate tree in my father's garden in Port Vernon, and I remember one evening that I snuck out of my room and I set his tree on fire. I have never told anyone that story. There's only one person who could know about it. Where is she?
Cortana, she's secure.
Where's John?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
What is it you want from me?
I love how she's so like weirdly obsessed with John.
Oh yeah, this is 100% in her head.
Simulation, I think. I think she's like tied into something.
Yep.
I was about to say it's basically a holodeck from like Star Trek, basically. Nah, man, this is somewhere else. Hey, it's the key thing. There it is.
Someone touch it quick.
Show me all Spartan flight plans.
Haha, you're not special.
Hello, Cortana.
Did you find the information I provided useful?
Quite. Thank you.
Did they redesign her?
No.
They did redesign her.
A little bit, yeah. She looks a little less weird now.
She does.
I could provide you with a more accurate analysis if you could give me access to external systems.
Yeah, she looks way different.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I like her.
I'm very fine with that.
And with the data you've been given, are there any viable strategies you would recommend?
All of my simulations return the same result. I can continue to run simulations.
No, that won't be necessary.
What are they running simulations on?
The Covenant. Invasion.
Unknown mission. Epsilon Eridani system.
Identify call sign?
No call sign associated with this flight plan.
It never left the planet.
Interesting.
We're still on Reach.
Yeah.
Disengaged. New course.
We might be starting the Reach.
Yeah.
You might be starting Fall of Reach.
Right, change of plans.
What? Where are we going?
Visegrad relay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we
we're
go.
we're doing Fall of Reach. Yeah. Okay. We're doing Chief at the Fall of Reach. Okay.
Very interesting.
I'm interested. Oh, what's her name's out here?
Riz is here. I saw her
she?
sitting down. I thought I did, at least.
What exactly is the mission?
The Covenant's on Reach.
Sword base?
First squad! Sit rep! Second squad. Go!
I'll stay here.
Some of you may die. That is a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
I don't think so.
Oh, it's what's her face? Is it the artifact? Like
Isn't that the other big? This is the big piece, right? They keeping the big piece separate from the small piece.
Because it turned into like a nuke EMP last time, didn't it?
Something like that.
Oh, it was just getting good.
Okay. This is still all right.
I like.
still think it's better than last season.
It is. I like that episode better than the last one too.
Do you? I don't.
I like it.
I guess there's no Soren in it, or there's very little of that aspect of the story, which is less interesting.
I feel like there was more Chief in this episode than there was in the first one.
True, but I felt it was like a little bit drawn up. But I liked a lot of the other stuff they did. The Kai talk with like Ackerman. Was it Ackerman? What's the name? What's the
Ackerson.
Like that talk was good. Even the Kai, not the Kai, what's the other? Riz? Is that the other
Riz.
one's name? The Riz stuff is interesting. I want to see what they're doing with that because
Yeah, like the degenerating.
yeah, we still haven't seen exactly. We haven't seen anything with Vanek yet, but I don't know. But they did Kai last season. I wanted them to give a little bit more characterization to each of the. I guess Riz Vanek might be the funny one because that's what he was like. Did some humorous stuff in the first episode, so. So maybe that's what they'll use that character for. I don't know. It looks like the action's going to be starting now.
Yes. Start of Reach.
I think that's what the simulation he was running was.
So you think that Ackerson knows?
Oni is pretty suspect in all of these things and doesn't and was willing to throw humanity to the wolves in a lot of ways, or at least certain places. So I wouldn't be surprised if isn't Reach the capital of just the outer colonies,
I think so,
basically?
Yeah.
So
I think the Kobold's dead.
Probably. But they never left planet, so or they maybe they don't it always just could be something internal though.
I think that they were dispatched to go guard that artifact because Ackerson knows that the Covenant is looking for it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna guess
they
that
would have shown that though. Don't you think what are we just gonna find Horde Spartans? What's the?
Well, we didn't really know the other Spartans anymore.
I know, but it feels bad. If you have 4 Spartans, wouldn't you want to show the thing that could take out 4 Spartans? Kind of, because that's a lot of Spartans to take out. Even for the Covenant to, even with for a bunch of Sangheili to do if they wanted him to do that, elites or whatever they're called.
It looked
what else to write down?
It looked like Quan was a slave at one point.
I think I think that indenture, the thing we saw last episode, where the ginger guy who was who tricked Soren. I think that Quan after Madrigal, it looks went to this place and then got caught up in that system, and then there seems to be a bunch of different houses that basically just run the rubble.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be one of their indentures for a couple years, it said. So I think Quan got caught up in that process. It looks
You think that Soren let her go and she just got caught up in it?
I think it. Well, if Soren and it didn't. I don't think Soren really knew she was there. If I'm being honest.
You don't think so?
No, because why wouldn't? Not that they were the best of friends, but
they had a bond last season.
But that's what I'm saying. Why she's just living in a cave? She's not living with Soren.
That's true.
She's not if she's not even living in a place that Soren set up for her. Even if she has to be his technical indentured for because he could. Cause I think she could technically be indentured to Soren actually because he's a head of is a captain or whatever because it's a pirate thing or whatever. Yeah. So Pirates of the Caribbean, the 9 pieces of 8 or whatever.
I think that ginger hair girl might be clones of Halsey.
Didn't we already have CEO clone Halsey? Like,
Well, that was with
season?
Cortana.
Okay.
Because Cortana
Maybe they're
is a
trying
clone.
to clone someone else.
That's maybe, but
I don't know
she's
who
definitely
they
a clone.
Like, could be trying to make a different AI that's like not Cortana. They make other AIs.
They do
later. Obviously, like
AI is like one of the biggest parts in like 4, right?
I don't think we have a bunch. I think Cortana might be one of the only ones, or at least one of the ones that's that complicated during like the original few games.
Mm-hmm.
But well, I mean, she literally gets created right before Reach in that headline, and then the actual story starts. But in 5, there's definitely like a different. There's like a guy in like a weird vest, and who's like orange.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking
Yes.
about. I forget what that one's name is, but.
And then I think the biggest part of this episode was that we're almost certain that we're going to start the fall of Reach.
Yeah, there is an episode. Episode 4 is called Reach, so maybe it'll be a few episode arc, which will be cool. Maybe. I don't know. You'll have to do some action during that.
Yes.
So the fall of Reach is a pretty like big event. It's a bit, not to mention it's a very populated planet.
Yeah.
That city is like rather huge, and it would kickstart the story once like Reach falls, like the actual like kind of main story of Halo, like in the games that we're kind of looking to see adapted in some form.
Yeah.
Can start. Like, we can start exploring the actual like more core ideas of the series that we haven't like fully got to yet.
We actually can start Halo.
Yeah, we've only like slightly touched upon like the weird fantasy sci-fi-ness of like the rings and stuff. We barely have gotten any like insight into like, or even discussion of that.
Yeah.
Like beyond like beyond this guy touch artifact and it make wave or something.
It either makes ship go very fast or turns ship off.
Yes, exactly. It's like Star Wars doors when you shoot them.
That's all I got.
I'm trying to think of what else was in this episode. He didn't go to a strip club. We didn't see his ass again, which is good.
We saw a new Cortana.
The new Cortana model was cool.
I like the new Cortana.
She's running simulations.
She looks a lot better.
What's the I guess he's not the villain, but like what's their boss's name again?
Ackerson?
I don't know why I can't keep thinking I can't retain this. Ackerson. But I like Ackerson actually. Ackerson is a welcome addition,
yes.
I think, to this, and at least like he's there for you to not like him. He's doing a good job at that. Mm-hmm. He's smarmy, but he's not like totally like he's. I don't know. It's very. I'm either way. I don't even think that's a character from anything.
I don't think so.
But I'm enjoying like the Oni, like or the ONI. I guess they're calling it. I think it's Oni.
It's Oni. I very much enjoy the stuff happening on Reach. The Rebel stuff is kind of dragging a little bit. Like I'm not the biggest fan of what's going on with Rebel. Like when Soren's wife was on the loading dock yelling at the.
That story just ended there, didn't it? We didn't get anything after that. I don't think.
I'm just like it doesn't really. I'm not like
I don't know what's going on over there, and I'm like, okay, so is Quan gonna be on like the Halo ring? I'm like, why? Like, what's she gonna do when the flood come? Like, it's like that's the.
She's gonna be our Johnson. She's just somehow magically gonna get out.
Because like here's the thing, like two fuckers get off like the ring in the game.
Yeah, Chief
like
and Johnson.
Chief and Johnson. And Johnson got retconned to get off like
because the
thing.
people just loved him.
People loved the Johnson character. And he's not. They didn't even put Johnson in this. Johnson's one of like the more iconic side characters in like all of gaming. And they're like, no, we don't need that. We don't. I guess he could still like appear like for. Like, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
I feel like that's something you put in, like, at the beginning.
Yeah, it should have been something that we immediately got, considering he's such a, like, beloved character. But yeah. But yeah, literally, two guys, anything, his lore for getting off, like, the ring.
Didn't he, like, find a ship and, like, just somehow manage to, like, fly it off?
No, I think he was injured or whatever, because, like, I think that's what happened in his story. Because even at the end of the game, he's like, we're the only ones left. That's what Cortana says. Yeah. And it's like, no, Johnson got off. I think he climbed, like a space elevator, they said. Like, he climbed it, like, to get, it's like to get out of atmosphere above the Halo ring or something.
Because in Halo 2, they're like,
I could be wrong about that.
Are you ever going to tell me how you ever got off of Reach? And he's like, no.
But I think that's like vaguely bouncing around in my brain that he climbed a space elevator to get off of the ring.
Hold on, now I gotta look this up.
How did Sergeant Johnson get off Avery Johnson?
Survive Halo.
Survived Halo.
He used the elite shields to protect him from what?
What?
He held on to the body. He held on to the body for life as he floated through space, eventually being picked up by the UNSC.
What? All right, makes sense.
If you read the novels, you find out that he hugged an elite for more than he hugged the elite for more than accepting death. He used the shields to protect him from Halo's detonation. Apparently, the Covenant can survive Halo exploding.
Apparently, no, he got a bunch of shields together, and he was inside them all. Well, what's her name's back? She's the girlfriend. Who everyone. Great character.
Can't remember her name.
I can't remember. Yeah,
something. It's like KIWII or something.
She looks like what's her name from Doctor Who and Guardians of the Galaxy, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
she does look like her. What's her name, Dave? I don't know. The actress from Doctor Who and Amy Pond actress.
Oh, Jennifer.
It's
Jillian.
Karen.
Karen Gillian.
Karen Gillian. She looks like Karen. She looks like Karen Gillian.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. Fine episode. Yeah. It's still better than season 1, so I'm happy with that.
Much better than season 1.
It's more. It feels more like Halo.
It does.
The rubble doesn't. But like I don't. Well, maybe Quan should go to the Halo.
Maybe.
Because then nobody will get off it. All the characters should go to the Halo, so we can just have like Chief and like 2 other guys left after that, and we can reset. So
all of Silver Squad should go, and all of them should get off, and then we can just reboot the whole show.
Question in the comments: is Cobalt team dead or alive? the most important characters, are they alive still? Is Chief gonna find them?
I don't think so. I think they're dead.
I think 3 of them are dead.
3 of them?
Yeah,
one survived?
There'll be like 1 alive. Well, if they're gonna do Fall of Reach, you need to like kill Spartans.
Yeah.
Like that's like one of the big things about like you play as like Master Chief in like all the games and like the first 3 games at least before Reach at that point, and you don't really interact with too many other Spartans, and like you run through everyone. So like it was pretty novel for Reach to see like so overwhelmed that like all these Spartans are also like having to lay down their lives and die as well. Like that's kind of what makes the Fall of Reach as like the entire planet falls obviously, and it's like a capital-esque type, and it's like a big military outpost. But like the death of like that entire Spartan team is like very much like what makes it as like kind of badass as it is. So, and I don't think they're gonna kill off like our like Master Chief's team.
No.
And it doesn't really make sense. Besides maybe 1 or 2 of them, like not this season.
Riz.
Maybe like 1 this season. Like, but I don't think you'd do any more than that. So you need those other guys, I think, to be alive and in a shit show, like, so you can kill them.
Yeah.
And then just kind of get a cheap half. Like a half version of like the deaths from Halo Reach.
Not as impactful.
Yeah. Again, I doubt they even like fucking played Halo Reach or read the novel or even like read a synopsis of the game.
They watched like the final scene from Halo Reach.
That's why I'm in shock that the Fall of Reach is actually like taking place. I'm like, wow, an event in Halo that took place. Like
something happening that was actually in
a game too, like not even in a novel, like or in a comic or some random shit that they read that they thought was like this is essential, like the rubble, like that's what an iconic Halo location the rubble is. Right after the first Halo, and then the Ark, and then and Earth.
We need the Red v Blue team to show up.
We haven't seen what's it called? High Charity.
Nope. We saw one we saw 1 Prophet last season.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, they don't look bad actually.
No, they all of the CGI looks great.
I mean, we've only seen them in the dark, really, but I'm fine with that. I'd rather have them make it look good, even if it's dark.
Yeah,
it's fine. And they're doing it well with the energy sword. They're doing it a lot, actually. They're doing that. It's dark and there's an energy sword. Like they're doing that visual effect quite a bit. The Vader in the hallway type vibe. But yeah, mostly. I don't know. I'm not mad or like annoyed.
No, I think this is good, really good.
I'm less bored at the end of this episode than I was at I was more bored at the start of this episode, and then I got more into it as it went through. So it was the opposite of last episode, whereas like I enjoyed the start of it, and then as it went, you got like less and less like into it. But I don't know. I understand why they dropped these 2 at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like it's very
Watching them back
It's
to
like
back
why they dropped
is-
the first 3 of like Andor at the same time, because it's like these are all good in their own right, but it's like there's not a lot like
No,
it's very much to set a
slow.
stage, and that's what I very much like that they dropped like just like an hour and a half of that shit.
Yeah.
So this is good. But yeah, it's certainly a stronger like direction, and the performances I think are a little bit better. We haven't seen some characters like at all from the first season. Like we haven't seen like what's her name, the other Keys, the daughter.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And we
Or
we've
his
barely
wife.
seen we've barely seen like her dad, with the Keys. like,
Keys
yeah,
as well.
yeah. I forget because I still think they what they did is they merged Johnson and Keys' character for some reason.
Which is dumb.
Because like he's like in some of his like humor style that we got in the first season was like vaguely similar to Johnson, or at least. But then they also made him like he was like married to Halsey, and then
Yeah.
I guess Keys was always his daughter in this one, but like Miranda Keys was never like. I don't think his mom was
No.
ever Halsey.
I
So-
totally forgot that they were married.
Yeah. Yeah, again, I think they were just kind of moving on. Like, they introduced a bunch of stuff last season that, like, were just kind of, like, the writers to be like, woo! Like, and then they're like, can we just do some, like, Halo lore, like, now? And some, like, Halo adaptations? Like, Paramount was like, can you, like...
We got like shit on last season,
Yeah,
so we need to
like-
actually do Halo stuff this one.
Yeah. All right, I think that's...
Yeah.
I think that's all. Want to close this out?
Thank you everyone so much for watching. Let us know what you're thinking about Halo in the comments. Let us know if you're enjoying the series and if there's anything else that you guys want us to react to or talk about. And with that being said,
I don't know. I'm pleasantly surprised by this.
Yeah, I'm actually very much enjoying it.
I'm also slightly annoyed because I thought we were just gonna get to like shit on it for like for like an hour, but and that's always fun. But yeah, I'll take it. I would rather have the product be better, I guess, than be cynical. So,
thank you everyone so much for watching.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Hit that copy link button.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was rambling about. Mumbling over.
We'll see you all in the next one.
Yep. See you next week.